I remember as I just finished pumping gas into the car and I replaced the nozzle into the gas pump, suddenly the gas pump went out. How odd. I turned around and I saw the street light went out. How odd. Goldie and I looked at each other and realized something is going on. It was at that moment that we realized the entire New York City was thrown into a blackout. Something that hasn't been seen in decades. Thursday 20 years ago. But you see, just a day later, Goldie and I had tickets to fly out to establish Chabad here at University of Illinois in East Central Illinois. I remember Goldie saying, so it's a blackout, we're still gonna go. And it was that day, exactly 20 years ago today, that Goldie and I and baby Levi boarded a flight and a one-way ticket to establish Jewish life and Jewish pride here at Illinois. It's crazy to think what 20 years does. That weekend, thank God, we flew out of an airport called Islip, but still operated. When we boarded that flight 20 years ago, stopping in Nashville and then getting to Champaign on Monday, this Monday evening will mark exactly 20 years since we arrived there. 20 years, the dollar and a dream, knowing the opportunities that we have to continue the growth of the city, to bring it to greater heights and greater space. This week's Torah portion, God reminds us that everything that we have is a blessing. Everything that we have is things that God does for us. We have to do our part. We have to be willing to take the risks. We have to be willing to do things that we may be uncomfortable, but it's all going to work out. It's actually fascinating. The past few days, I just got back to Champaign. The past few days I was in Chicago. I realized I actually should be in Chicago for a lot longer than that, because just in a few days, wherever I was walking into, and Goldie was walking into, we met alumni from 03, 04, 05, whether it's in a supermarket, whether it's in a kosher restaurant, whether it's in a gas station, or whether it's a Jewel, Starbucks, you name it. It was nowhere we went we didn't bump into alumni with their children and families and friends. It's just fascinating and special. So on this 20th anniversary day, when we think about what God tells us in this week's Torah portion, to remember, He gives us the strength to do what we could do, just to go forth. We should just go forth and we will see great things. We count our blessings and we thank you for doing this with us. Looking forward to another 120 years. And if we're excited, you should know we ain't seen nothing yet. It's only going to get better and better. Shabbat Shalom.